Hi Flosstube, it's Kiara. Welcome to Flosstube15. I can't believe I've actually done this 15 times. It's Monday, September 20th, 2021. I want to thank you all for coming and spending time with me, and I want to thank everybody who reached out about my youngest. She is doing a bit better. It's Monday, so Thursday and Friday, she had a really great day at school. Saturday and Sunday, she was really kind of quiet, and she kept saying she was very sad. She didn't know why. So it was very low-key all weekend. And then today, she had a rough time going to sleep last night. And today, she goes, I'm sad. I said, okay. I said, just do your best. But she had asked if she could have McDonald's for dinner. I don't do a lot of fast food. So I said, if you have a good day at school, we will go and get you and your brother McDonald's for dinner. Because my husband works so long, it's just me and the kids. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get that because I can have something else. So I texted her teacher. I said, she's a little bit sad this morning. She didn't sleep the best. So just so you know. Well, the teacher just texted me about a half an hour ago, and she used her tools and was able to calm herself down when she got upset without anybody helping her. And then she is doing great. So I'm very happy. And it seems if I give the teacher a little bit of insight into her attitude in the morning, they're able to deal with it much better. So I want to thank you for lifting her up in your prayers. It's been really stressful here, and it's still stressful. I am tense all day while she's in school. Didn't help that my son didn't sleep last night, so my husband was up with him for a great part of the night because my little one asked if I could sleep with her. So she's been sleeping in her sister's room while her sister's at college. So I slept with her, and my husband had my son. But my son has been up since 2 o'clock this morning. So I had to text his teacher and say, he's been up. So she was happy for the heads up, but there was a full moon, and children with autism, and actually any child with the moon cycles, things get nutty. So that's on my personal front. We're gearing up to go away in a week. Not a week, in about 3 weeks. We're going to Disney World for my 50th birthday. We haven't been on vacation since February of 2020. We had gone on a cruise. We haven't been to Disney World. We were a family who went 3-4 times a year to Disney World, and we haven't been since December of 2019. So we're missing our happy place, but we would love, we're super excited, and we will see how that goes. So let's get into everything, because hopefully maybe I can keep this a little shorter for you guys. I don't have many whips to show you because I've been monogamously stitching on 2. So the first thing I've been stitching on, and I've shown this a few times, and I love it, and I keep this in my car generally. Right now this week I'm going to be working on something else, but this has been my car line pickup stitch. It's Jardin Purvee's ABC Halloween, and this is it. I'm sorry for a little bit. The glare's not too bad. And this is the pattern. And last time, I think I had just I'm going to take this out of the hoop. Just give me a second. I take my needle minder off. I love my little Winnie the Pooh needle minder. I got it off Etsy. And I'm stitching this on an 18, sorry. My hoop almost fell. An 18 count Be Stitch Me. I see a finish in sight with this actually. I was right over in here, and so I did the bat. I did all this. After UTU, there's a WX and a Z. So this has got a little bit more there, and then I just have to do this. And this is a couple larger motifs. There's a ghost and everything. Since I have to change threads, I think I'm gonna move over and come over here and do this. Depends. I have to look. I have to see how much the spacing is to do. So this is on an 18 count Ada from Bee Stitch Me. It was the February fabric of the month, Peony. I love stitching on Bee Stitch Me fabrics. They're my favorite. So, and these are the flosses. I am using the DMC, I believe. Actually, this calls for DMC, so it's all called for DMC, I believe. So that's that. I've been stitching on that, and then I am doing a kitted up swap with the Ozark. Oh wait, excuse me, hold on. With the Ozark Stitchers. They're a group on Facebook, and they're primarily in Arkansas and Missouri. And they meet up. They haven't had any meetups near me, but I do believe a few of them are near me, so maybe I can meet up with them eventually. And so this was a kitted up. We were assigned in groups by fabric counts. I'm in a group with 2 other ladies. And the kitted up is you're doing an ornament from a project from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween. I want to get the Christmas one so I can see if I can take part in the Christmas one, hopefully. So I chose Ready for the Party. That's it right there. And I started this last week, and I spent a lot of time frogging part of it because my count got off. And when you're doing borders, if your count gets off too much, it gets, forget it. So anyway, this is a 62 by 69. It'll come, well, it would come 4 by 4.5 if you used 14 count or 28 count, but I am using a 16 count. So I started this last week, so let me take this out so you can see, but let me just check something. Oh yeah, I can. I'm doing it on a 16 count that I dyed myself. So I had to dye the fabric too because I couldn't find anything just white, and I didn't want, dyed fabric is so hard to come by. So I started this Wednesday, and I didn't stitch for a couple of days because I had a bad pain in my hand, and then Friday my husband and I had decided to do a lot. So this is so I had a lot of problems with the border, and then I came down, there was actually a mistake here, but it's not that big. I just added an extra stitch. What over here, this one that's off to the side, that's in a line, should have been off to the side. So I just put an extra stitch off to the side. And now I'm working in here. And my goal is probably today is to finish all the black in the pumpkin carriage. Because if I do that, the rest is fill in and it'll go a little bit easier, but you need the black to be in certain spots. So I was just working on this rear wheel, and then I'm gonna come this way and do the rest of the pumpkin and the wheel. And so then I can do that, and it really has been stitching up rather quickly. And then I'll be able to do the bottom border. I tried to do the bottom border from the witch, but somehow I was counting and it was off. So I said, you know what, let me fill in some more, and I will do it where I don't have to count like 12 stitches to get where I need to be. So my goal is to be done and mail this out by Friday. I have all my finishing items, and I will post I will show it after it's finished and I've mailed it off. So hopefully next week you'll see this and it'll be done. So those are the only 2 cross stitch whips I've been working on. I love that Jardin Privé, so I've really been working on that a lot. And I'm almost to the point where I don't want to stitch any more Halloween. I want to do some Christmas, but I also want to work on some of my samplers, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in plans. I have been doing some quilting, but I'll go into that in a little bit. But so I will talk to you about my purchases. How about that? And right now I'll show you all my purchases, including my quilting purchases, and then I'll talk about some other stuff. Okay, so I don't have a lot of purchases. A lot of this is just my monthly clubs. I belong in the Cottage Garden series from Crazy Annie's, and I get fabric and some of the floss. So this was number 8, A Time for All Seasons. And my goal for 2022 is actually to get rid of some of these clubs. I'm probably not going to do many pattern clubs or anything because I find I don't do the patterns. But what I'm going to do then is for 2022, I'm going to go through different things. Though 2022 may be the year of the sampler for me too. Then I also got this from Crazy Annie's. This is the Sunday Stitches. And I have to dig these out because I feel like I didn't get some of them. This was the September one, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the communications for some of these clubs is really lax. So there was that. That's it. Then I've got, oh, these aren't open, so I'm sorry. I'm going to take these down here. This is the Floss Fix from Fat Quarter Shop. This is Classic Colorworks. And these are, this is the September 21, and usually they have a name. They're all browns. So they're really pretty. There's Chai, Brown Hen, Cocoa Bean, Straw Hat, Little Brown House, and Stepping Stones. So that's good. I'll just take that and I'll stick it on my floss rings in the other room. And then I've gotten, I'll show you this one. This was Forbidden Fiber. I don't even know which one. I haven't even opened this. So this was for, this is the August Club. And so I'm sure you've already seen these. This is probably one of the, I'm gonna probably cancel almost all my clubs except this one. I love their fiber. I have a chart I want to kit up, and I think I'm gonna kit it up from my stash with exclusively Forbidden Fiber. Where's the end? Oh, you go that way. I don't know where the end is, so I'm trying. Oh, it was sealed that way. Okay. So, you have seen these. So, I love these. And this is like a great deal because there are 6 yards on each one. This is blue cedar. It's kind of like a blue corn from Classic Colorworks. Pineapple, I love that one. And it's not quite that bright. Obsidian, russet, olive. Oh, I like this one. This is ultraviolet. Oak moss. I love this one. I have the couple of this. Pomegranate. Monkey. I don't even know how to, in Omnia Paradis. And then you get 2 one of a kind. This is Gravel, and this one is Battleship. I love those. Those are great. Okay, so let me just move these back. There are those. Then I took part in the last Friday night fight night, which was in September. She only had one. And it's funny because this is also what the fabric of the month is, and I love this, and I can see so many actually, I brought everything kind of like with samplers in mind because I have so many sampler charts I really want to stitch. And it kind of fits my vibe a little bit. So I've got Garden Party in 16 and 18 count. And then I got Scroll, and I have Scroll. I love Scroll. And I've got that in 16 count and 20 count. I like the 18 and 20 count, especially for, oh, sorry, that's crinkly. Especially for samplers. Okay, and then I don't have too much more haul. I got my monthly pattern club. For you quilters, this is especially, I had people ask me about beginning quilting patterns. These patterns I'm going to show are fabulous beginning patterns because, number one, they don't require a lot of waste, and they don't generally require a lot of fabric in some things. So you get 5 patterns for $8.95, including shipping. This is called Menus, and this one, you probably can do this with yardage or a layer cake, because it says 24 by 10 pieces, and then plus 24 by 10s to make the pairs, to make these things called menu blocks. And then you need background sashings, or a yard and an eighth, corners, a 1/4 yard, and spines, a 1/4 yard. So you don't need a huge amount. And if you wanted to do the extra, an optional border, this optional border, the darker one, you need 3/4 yard. So not a huge amount of fabric on that one. Then there's this one called Kid and Caboodle, which is great for themed fabrics. Then Quartz. Then this ombre, what's this? Garden Villa. And then I have this one out because I'm going to probably make this one. And this one uses 40 10-inch squares. So this one's a layer cake. And it measures 48 by 68. So it's a nice size quilt. I would probably add a border to it to make it a little bit wider. My daughter's roommate loved the quilt I sent my daughter, and she's going through a little bit of a rough time. So I think I'm gonna take a layer cake and make this one. But this would also be, I mean, if you have a stripology ruler, you can make your own layer cake fairly quick too. And if you don't have a stripology layer, then you can make, with a ruler, you can make your own layer cake really quick. So there's those. Oh, and then today I belong to the monthly holiday fat quarter bundle, and I've been eyeing this fabric. I keep putting the entire fat quarter bundle in my cart and not checking out from Fat Quarter Shop. So this is featuring Adele in Autumn by Sandy Gervais, who is Brenda Gervais' sister. So this is it. I'm gonna leave this because I'm gonna talk about this again. And then I got Lori Holt's Farm Curl Vintage 2 because I heard somebody say that they were doing a sew along with it and you needed it, but I didn't have it, so I got it. Okay, and then the last thing I got was my Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. There are a couple things I like in here. I've never stitched anything out of any of them, but I like looking at it. I'm the print version, so I get all the back issues also, so that's really great. So that is my haul. So I've been trying to be good. Okay, so next on my list is who I've been watching. Sadly, I have not been watching anybody new. I have been watching Krystal Rowe. I just caught up with Brenda and the Serial Starter. I love their patterns. I want to be them when I grow up. I started catching up with Mary Ashcraft. I'm like 4 episodes behind with her. So there's just, I haven't really been watching anybody new. I caught up with Two Tall Stitchers this weekend when I was working on a project. Well, this week or last week working on a project. What's the other mother and daughter I watch? They quilt too. The Cornhusker State Stitchers. I have an episode of Stacy C. Stitches. I do religiously watch Janet Jabber. I watch Tracy Gee Stitchery. I'm all caught up with Candace K. So sadly, I have not been watching anybody new. I've been trying to catch up with some of the other ones. I want to catch up with Betsy Klager. I'm 2 episodes behind with her. Just life has been so crazy that I haven't had a time. And there are so many new ones I keep bookmarking and I just don't have any time. So I was on Instagram and I follow a lot of cross stitchers and quilters, and I think it was Jekka Quilter who I saw it on. It's called Whips Be Gone. I like that. Right now I'm feeling a little bit drowning in whips. I've totally failed at whip go, kind of. Well, not that I've failed, I just haven't really looked at it because I've kind of been stitching what I want to stitch. So Whips Be Gone is the brainchild of, I think her name's Leanne. Maybe it's not Leanne. Her Instagram handle is @DevotedQuilter. I will post it below. And it's to work, starting September 23rd, is to work on as many whips as you can that are stitchy. Cross stitch, quilting, needlepoint, embroidery, whatever kind of crocheting, knitting, anything that involves stitches, and have them be gone. I love this idea. So I'm going to take part in that. And my goal is I want to finish 4 quilts, and I have 2 of them are gift quilts. So I kind of know they will be finished. And then I want to totally finish my summer soiree quilt, which block 12 comes out on Wednesday, and I have all my blocks done, and I'm going to show you that in the quilting update, what I've been working on. And then I have a Halloween quilt that's kind of, the top's done, but I want to get it quilted. Maybe I'll even get it quilted before Halloween. We'll see. And then I have a table runner back there that needs binding. So those are kind of like my 4 quilty. And then I have to decide, I have to pick out which, actually for the cross stitch, I would like to finish 3 things, and I really don't care what 3 things I finish. I just want 3 finishes. So one of those finishes is obviously going to be my kitted up project, and then I'm taking part in Tracy Stitches Secret Santa, so that will be another one. So I want to finish a couple. So, and I figure anything I get finished, that's a great thing. So Whips Be Gone. I love that. And join in. I'd love to see if anybody else is playing along. Okay, last video I had a giveaway for this chart, Hello Winter, and Michelle Condon is the winner. And I just saw it popped up on my phone notification that Michelle's already messaged me, so awesome. This will go out. I'm going to the post office probably tomorrow, so that's fabulous. Okay, what else have I been doing? So I made a week ago, on the 13th, I made this list of all these things I needed to do, I wanted to be working on. And obviously I've crossed some off. Some of them I haven't even touched. And then on something else, I've totally wasn't on the list, but then I've gone and done it. So it's a good way to organize my thoughts and keep moving forward on projects. So I dyed some fabric. So I dyed that gray fabric, and I figured I had the dye out. So I dyed this pretty purple. I dyed 2 counts of purple. One's I should have brought it in. I think it's a 16 or an 18 count. And then I did this 14 count that I'm going to send it to my daughter. And then I dye, this is an 18 count aquamarine. I figured I'd be prepared in case the Stitching with the Housewives did anything in aquamarine. And then I have this Kelly greenish one. And I just dyed them because, and if I don't like them, I'll throw them in a coffee tea dye bath. Then what else have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of quilting. So now we'll move into that. I can't remember if I showed you this, but this was my week 1 of all the trimmings. And yes, I know there's a mistake in it, and I kind of wish that I had done it in all of them because I kind of like how it looks better than the others. So that's that. I have not done week 2, and week 3 comes out tomorrow, but I have all my fabric, so it's okay. But I've been on a quilting tangent, okay? I loaded my long arm with the John Wayne quilt, and it's just sitting there because I don't know how I want to quilt it. And that's one of my projects I got to get done because it's my dad's birthday present. So, yeah. Excuse me one second, my throat hurts. Okay, so that really needs to be done. And I'm trying, another project I'm doing, and I'll show that right now, is this it was Jelly Roll Day from this weekend, and you were supposed to sew a Jelly Roll. Well, I had a Jelly Roll thing all cut out. Actually, this is a free pattern. I can show it to you. This is a free pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop. So if you're interested, just go to their website and search Jelly Belly Bars, and you can find this pattern. Okay, it's free. I've been all about. I like the Fat Quarter Shops. You can get a lot of free patterns out there, but they're not all created equal. The Fat Quarter Shop is very good at how they write their patterns. So I had those Mickey Mouse Jelly Rolls forever. I went to Hobby Lobby and found a red background. My sister's having a baby boy. The theme is Mickey Mouse. So I started, I've got 2 blocks done, and I only have 29 more to do. So it's a very simple quilt. I am going to have 8 of these, and then you're going to have to lay them out. So I have 2 done. These are them. So I worked on that, and hopefully I'll do a couple blocks at a time, and I'll get that done. So that's done. It's not done, but okay. I meant it's done that I showed it to you. Then I had been working. I had been upset, and when I'm upset, it's easier for me to play with fabric than to concentrate on cross stitch and counting. So I did this. I had picked this pattern out to go with a kitty corn jelly roll I had. And excuse me. I don't know what these are in here for. Oh, maybe I want to use them for, I don't know what they're in here for. I don't know. They're in here, so we'll just put them back. Oh, they're in there because those were all my leftover jelly rolls, because that's my binding right there. They're there in case I don't have enough. So I need to get a backing for this, but this is the flimsy, and I made it wider than the pattern calls because the pattern was originally 42 by 60. To me, 42 by 60 is a little bit small. This is kitty corn from Moda, and here's the top. Okay, I love it. I need to figure out how I'm gonna quilt it. I need to get a backing for it, unless I use I have just some gray 108s, but excuse me guys, I just want to fold this before I go on to the next. But that's one of the things I've been working on, and I finished it. I started and finished it, so I love how it came out. And I have the pattern still in there because I need to know how to cut my border strips. And then I've been working on Summer Soiree from Pat Sloan. If you guys want another great free sew along, step-by-step, lots of tips, she doesn't always go into it as much as Kimberly does. She expects you to know stuff, but she writes a great pattern, and she gives you a block, and then she gives you alternate layouts for that block to do a whole quilt if you want with just that block. I don't really like doing quilts with all the same block. It bores the tears out of me, so. But her patterns are totally free. So, okay, here, I can show you over here. This is what the top will look like, okay? So, I have 1 inner rose on. I have to do all the borders. There is, each block gets a border, and there's so many different degrees. I wanted my blocks to have all different borders. So see, this has this border, 1. This is block 11. It doesn't have a border yet, and I probably will not put a border on block 11 till I finish block 12, and then I'll put everything on the floor to see what color inner borders I need to do. So here's this one. Someone wanted to know how I got my blocks so perfect. My blocks are not perfect. I photograph them very well. The one thing I have done different on this quilt than I've done on any others is I've starched my fabric. I have a 1/4 inch foot on my Juki. And that's made a lot of the difference. Here's another one. There are some I'm not super happy with the border, but I think once I get the quilt put together, it'll look better. To me, this is just a happy quilt, and this will probably be one of the 4 I finish on Whips Be Gone because this quilt just makes me happy. I do know for 2022, one of the things I'm going to do is I have a box of quilt tops that need to be quilted, and now that I have the long arm, they will be getting done. And then there's this one. And then I sewed together one whole row. Now, this was not on my list to do, but I started doing it because I don't want to get the blocks all done and then be like, oh, I didn't do it. So this is one of my rows. So what I will do is after I do block 12, I will lay this all out and I will kind of decide the order I want my quilt to go in, because depending on your fabric choices, you want to lay it out different. So I'm really excited about this. This is Bonnie and Camille fabric. It is Sunday Stroll. I have one of these, and I actually keep my quilting one. I don't keep my cross stitch one up. No. I think it's because I jump around so much with cross stitching. I kind of like what Janet Jabber does is she puts the cards in. I have some different cards that I bought from somebody. I think I saw them on Memphis Sara E's site. And you write what you want with the thing and you put it in the bag. I kind of like that idea a little bit better because then it's with the project. Okay, I just want to put this back together because when I get up from here, I have to go do a couple things. So this one's coming to a close. I have to do all my trim. So I'm really happy with this. And this is a great layout. I love this layout. Then Pat Sloan is going to be starting 2 other sew-alongs. So I want to do them. So that brings me back to this. I will talk about, yeah. She's got 2 other sew-alongs. I like her sew-alongs, and I'll probably do something from the Fat Quarter Shop. But right now, I'm doing the Bright Side that comes in my Sew Sampler box and the Designer Mystery. But I didn't buy the backing kit or anything, and so I don't have the layout. So I'm gonna have to figure out in one of my books if I have a layout I can use for Bright Side and Designer Mystery. So, like I said, Pat Sloan's got 2 sew-alongs starting. This one starts October 4th, and it's Happy Everything. And I don't know what fabric I want to use. I have the book, and it's a sampler, kind of a sampler, and it's an asymmetrical quilt. And I'm sure that she's going to give some other like little patterns with it. So I have to just figure out what I'm going to do and what fabric I'm going to use. I have a couple Fat Quarter bundles, but I also have some Lori Holt fabric that I'm debating using with this. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use for this. So, and I guess I should need to find something. And that goes from October 4th to February 28th. The only thing is you are going to need her latest book, Holiday Celebrations, to do this quilt, because some of the blocks, she has some free blocks in here, but she has, some of the blocks came from the book. Then this one is, did she put on here when it's starting? I don't know if she put on here when it's starting. But you can check out her website's I Love to Make Quilts, but she already gave us the layout for this. And I'll just see if I can show you a picture of the layout. So it's called Fall Frolic, and we're doing 9 blocks. So this is it. And she's doing this one from her stash. I I have to just check. I don't know if I have 3-inch square and a square from Fat Quarter Shop. So I have to see if I have those. But she gives you the yardage if you want to do it from your yardage. And she goes around, so you'll need like some lights. What does she call them? The lights are like what you would use for background. Oh no, background's different. You have light, medium prints, medium dark, and dark. So I have to see how much is in here. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to see what I have here. I might just have to supplement this with some other stuff. And I think I have some Lori Holt that I can throw in with other things. So I'm definitely doing this fall frolic because I really do like the layout of this one. She did something very similar to this last year and I didn't do it. So this year I want to do it. And like I said, she already gave the layout for this, so that's really cool. So I'm using this for that. Then I did sign up for one other block of the month. I have to find fabric for this, and I'll show you what I'm debating. Gudrun Erler, she's the lady who did the Stripology ruler. I have a Stripology XL. She's doing a Christmas in Europe block of the month. You can buy the block of the month each month as the pattern each month as it comes out, or you can buy them all at once and then you'll have them the first day. So this quilt is going to be 73 by 75. And then she gave, these are just the different fabrics she used. Well, I found out about this last minute. So these were all the colors. I don't really have any of these colors. So I'm kind of debating. I have a Fat Quarter bundle of Hollyberry from Corey. Is this Corey Yoder's? I think it's Corey Yoder. Who's this? Who made Hollyberry, guys? Yeah, Corey Yoder. By Corey Yoder. So I'm thinking of using this and throwing in some other stuff. Christmassy. That's what I'm thinking. Because that way I don't have to buy anything. Like I said, I'm trying to be really good and not buy. If I have to buy background, that's fine. I don't mind. And I buy background from Joann's and Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I have. Sorry. I mean, sometimes I'll order if I'm doing a Fat Quarter Shop, but I do need to go check out some quilt stores here for background. But like my, all the trimmings, the gray backgrounds from Joann's, I go and I feel the fabric. I don't order it online because you can tell when there's a better fabric than others. So that's what I've been doing. So tell me what you think. Do you think this will be good for that Christmas in Europe? I have, the first block came out, so I think I have to get some yellow fabric, but if I look around, I might have yellow fabric in some of my stash or my clothing sewing days. So that's what I am doing quilting wise. Plans. I have a lot of plans. There's the Whips Be Gone. I want to finish a couple of my Halloween. I want to kit up a couple Christmas because I don't really have any Christmas started. So I do want to start 1 or 2, I think. But my birthday is in a couple weeks. And I think I really, really want to start this chart. I love this chart. And I need to get more of these charts because there are two other Hands Across the Sea charts I want. Harriet Goddard. Did you see Brenda and the Serial Starters finish on that? OMG. And then a new chart just came out and it's exclusive to Hobby House Needleworks. And I pre-ordered that along with the 16 count Ada. You got a discount if you got it, and I figured if I had a 16 count Ada, I might. I don't think I'm using it for that. It's Rose Ada Featherstone is the chart. It is so cute, and you got a bonus chart with that. But I want to do this. I think this is going to be my birthday start. And I like her because she's from Quebec, and my mom's family is from a little town south of Quebec. A little bit south of Plattsburgh. So it's in the same region, so I think that's kind of cool. And I just have to pull a piece of fabric to use, but I have the DMC all kitted up. So I think I'm gonna start this on my birthday in Florida, because I think a hat is very appropriate for my 50th birthday. So my goal is to work on my blocks of the month, start long arming John Wayne over there. I need to do my block of the month for Designer Mystery. And that's, I'm just gonna keep moving forward. How about that? Because I feel like if I put too much thought into my plans and stuff, I'm gonna go so I don't want that. And thankfully I'm not a hot mess this week, guys. So let's have a giveaway, because this is Flosstube number 15 and I'm still in that 250, 260, like to boost that up. So please like, subscribe, hang out. So this week I'm gonna give away this is going together 14 count chalkboard black, and I somehow wound up with 2 of these, probably because I misplaced one and wanted to start it and then decided I'm not starting it right now. This is Halloween by Stitching with the Housewives. This is one of the Back Up the Truck series. And I will get this out as soon as I post my next video, probably around October 1st. This will be on its way. So so the keyword is gonna be truck. Tell me all about the truck. I drive a truck. So thanks for sticking around, and please like, subscribe, do all that nice stuff. And maybe I'll even go edit this a little bit instead of just throwing it up. But maybe I'll just throw it up too. So thanks everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.